Hello! Welcome back to another episode of Tiki Time with your Reverend Tommy Gunn. That's me. Now, I had a great first episode with you guys. It was so much fun. And then I posted the video and I got more people watching it than I thought I would. Plus, on top of that, I got all kinds of other commentary too. And so I wanted to do another episode. Yay! Sorry, I've had several of these today. Straight from the, hey, Awanna Lei-ya Tiki Lounge. I was informed it is not a tiki bar because I do not actually have rum on the shelves because I had to hide it from the kids. But, so this is the Tiki Lounge. Now, I'm going to do another episode. I'm going to show you around the Tiki Lounge a little bit more, but right now we're just really looking at my collection of tiki drinks. That I get to enjoy on the outset. That sound good? All right, so relax, kick your feet up, enjoy yourself. I hope you poured yourself a good striff, a rum drink. You can find the recipes for a lot of drinks online, and that is exactly what I want you to do, and I want you to make yourself something nice. Okay, so pause me. I don't mind. I'll sit here and wait for you. So, I thought I'd like to talk about music a little more, right? Because I talked about the tiki music shows online that I like, that you're able to listen to too. And I would like to recommend to you Kitty and Mr. C's Enchanted Tiki Hut Show. That's right, Kitty and Mr. C's Enchanted Tiki Hut Show. They have a Facebook page, and it's a great thing. It's on a lot of different formats. What a collection of music that they play, and they chat and they talk about stuff. It's really, it's real nice. What I like to do sometimes, if I'm not just like kicking back here in the lounge, is I'll sit in the bathtub with some tiki drinks, maybe some waves on a sound play in the background. I'll listen to one of these. It's awesome. I really dig it. I cannot recommend it enough. All right. So, well, here's what I want to talk about now, though, is I want to talk about tiki. As we talk about the tiki culture and stuff, a big part of it is not just having your own tiki lounge in your room. Thank you for everybody who got back to me with pictures of their particular tiki hut. It was awesome to see. But to go, part of the real fun is going out to tiki bars. I talked about my home tiki bar, but I want to talk to you now about a couple. One of the ones that really got me going on tiki, all right, which was, there was a place, and I'm sorry to say I was never able to visit it, but it was called the Kahiki, and it was a tiki bar and restaurant that used to be in Columbus, Ohio. And let me show you a little more about it. Let me put my drink down right over here. There we go. That's a good. So there's a coaster there. So right inside this book, right here, this is the Book of Tiki. All right, the Book of Tiki by Sven Kirsten is an amazing resource of tiki bars, tiki memorabilia, some drink recipes, all kinds of things. And I found a page where he talks about the Kahiki. So I wanted to show you a little bit about it. Now take a look at that. It is a temple of tiki awesomeness for sure. All right, now I'm going to show you some pictures of it. But let me tell you that the urban tiki island concept took hold not only in the recreational states like Florida and California, where the climate facilitated the growth of palm trees and jungle foliage, but in colder zones as well. The effect of entering a tropical environment was amplified by the harsh conditions outside. The Kahiki, as can be seen in the floor plan, which I will put up here for you to look at, was seen on the floor plan, is a perfectly preserved example of such a tiki sanctuary. The main street between the dining huts of the quiet village is lined with 40-foot-high fake palm trees, and some of the dining booths look out onto a rainforest jungle inhabited by live birds. Here, a tropical storm erupts at regular intervals, where outside icicles form on the outrigger beams. A giant Easter Island fireplace idol looms over the whole scene. Designed and built surprisingly similar to the rendition by Coburn Morgan for Lee Henry and Bill Sapp in 1961, the Kahiki is a treasure trove of tiki art. Unfortunately, this sanctuary has recently been threatened by a major offer of a major drugstore chain. Go and see it while you can. I don't remember what year this particular book came out, but when I moved to Columbus in 2000, the Tiki Tea had just closed. Now, I personally have been very interested in lounge culture. I said in 2000, I told you last episode that I moved to Columbus to work for the Ohio Historical Society, where we were doing a 50s exhibit. And I was learning all these various things and stuff. And so to find out that the Kahiki had closed just before I got there was very, very annoying. But all was not lost. I was in Xenia, Ohio, at a secondhand store, a thrift store that's no longer there, and I came across this. It's like a dessert, like an appetizer dessert tray, a full set of 4 of them. Straight from the Kahiki, got the barnacle right there on top, got the big boa right there. This is a part of my collection I'm very happy about. And of course, the hope is that someday, because my understanding is and you can find some pictures of this online, but when they took the Kahiki apart, they kept everything because the idea was at some point the Kahiki would be reopened. So, fingers crossed, that is what we hope is going to happen. Now, there was another tiki bar that I went to in Columbus that I did go to this one, and let me show you. It was the Grass Skirt, and I got a menu. They were kind enough to let me take one of the menus at the end of the day, but a wonderful restaurant and tiki bar. My lovely lady took me there for my birthday just before they closed. It was in just a couple of weeks before they closed. And not only did they let me take the menu with me, but also they sold me a variety of awesome tiki mugs and really helped out my collection. So thank you very much, Grass Skirt. I made some good friends and stuff there that night that we've kept in touch with. So I'm looking forward to see you again. Aloha. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, questions. So questions came from people. One of the great things about the Tiki Time with your Reverend Tommy Gunn was the big first question was, why is this connected to the Freak Show Deluxe website or YouTube channel? And the reason is because you're right, Reverend Tommy Gunn, lead and I'm a co-founder of the Freak Show Deluxe, which is based in Hollywood, California. There's a lot about the Freak Show Deluxe, which is very Southern California based, but I recommend you check it out. I'm going to put up a link to our fan page right there. I don't want to say the name out loud. It's kind of secret, but I recommend that you go there. I'll put a link to our Facebook page. You can go and join up and you get to wear fezzes and have secret rings and handshakes and stuff and drink tiki drinks. It's a drinking group with a sideshow problem. But rather than form and create a new page, what I decided to do was just continue on the adding stuff to the Freak Show Deluxe page I'm regularly supposed to be keeping up on. And we'd see if we could sort of even things out a little bit there. The other, one of the other questions that came up was, some people asked about some specific different mugs. We're going to talk about all kinds of different mugs. I'm going to try to keep these a little shorter, more towards 10 minutes or so. So we'll have time to talk about those, because there's this huge new influx of newer tiki style mugs that have come out. Some people don't like them, some people do. We're going to talk more about that later. Ooh, what was I saying? Hold on, my drink's a little low. I'll be right back. All right. Whew, got a refill? Oh man, is it nice. I'm going to share recipes at not this minute, but one of the other questions was why, just simple things. What are swizzles? Swizzles are things like these. These are from the Archie McPhee Company. They're MOA cocktail swizzers. They are for stirring drinks. See, I've got a couple Here I got a pineapple one. Got a pineapple one right here, and you can see it has like a bigger end on it because it's meant for stirring your drink. I mean, you're drinking a tropical drink. You're outside. You're enjoying yourself quite a bit, but the sun's probably beating down on you. If you're on the beach, right, that means your ice is melting. It's throwing off the mixture of all the fruit juices and the liquor and so to keep it cooled off, you just got to keep swizzling it every once in a while, right? You just got to keep stirring it. Which brings me to the other thing, the little cocktail umbrellas, those were invented to go into drinks to cover the top, to protect your ice so it's not getting direct sunlight. So your ice will last longer. Right? That's awesome. Oh man, it's so great. Now, if you were inspired by some of the reading material the last time that I had linked to in the ideas of appropriation versus appreciation, one of the things I think you're gonna like is if you go onto YouTube, and I'm gonna put a link here at the bottom of it, but you're looking at it's Behind the Tiki Room. Behind the Tiki Room. The original Tiki Culture, it's by Disney Dan. It was great. If you know nothing about Tiki Culture except for what you saw at Disneyland, or you were at the Enchanted Tiki Room or Trader Sam's or anything, take a look at that, because he's talking about Don the Beachcomber, and he's going to talk about some of the other excesses of Tiki, but also it was kind of interesting to look at like why Disney chose Tiki as his thing to do. So, and why it's still kind of valid, right? Huh. So the other thing that I want to talk about every time is artwork. I talked about some of the great artwork I have, and we'll go into more detail about it later, but I want to tell you about this guy. He's a personal friend of mine, so I'm a little biased, but he does great work, and he can do things to order. All right, and his name, it's John Nabe Artworks. And take a look at this guy right here. Isn't that awesome? John Nabe Artworks did this one for me. He's done several other bar paintings, a variety of other Tiki related things, Day of the Dead things. He is a phenomenal artist. This is hand painted. This is an original. I'm the only one who has this one. Don't be copy it if you want to, whatever. It's a gorgeous painting. I highly recommend John Nabe Artworks. So I got a link down there for you to check out. So we're at the end of Tiki Time with your Right Reverend Tommy Gunn today. I hope you had some fun, had a drink. Remember, all the links are down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, all the links to everything I've talked about that have been through here will be down below. I hope that you will subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the little bell so you get a notification every time something fun comes up. We put up new stuff and are going to be doing a lot of fun stuff, obviously. And I want to hear your comments, and I want to hear what you want to talk about. I had a couple great conversations with people about Tiki culture, and that led to other conversations. And it was awesome. And in these days, I think we could all stand to have a little more conversation. So, you have been watching Tiki Time with your Right Reverend Tommy Gunn, and to you I say until the next time, aloha. Oh, yeah.
This is your coffin. I trust you'll find it very comfortable.